bring up 8 other things that didn't happen or how things felt.
You ain't even clean out the garage. What the fuck they had to do with my dick?
Exactly. Whereas as a woman, you're allowed to say, hey, babe, I wish sometimes when I did things, you would just comment and just let me know how you feel about me. And then if you do it, she's like, but I felt like you were feeling like you were just kind of trying to gas me up. It's like, what, woman?
Exactly.
What do you want? Do you want me to give you praise and give you this emotional feeling? Or do you want it in like a specific way? Like with men, we've learned a long time ago, a girl sucks dick how she sucks dick. There's very little you can do to tell her to suck dick better. And a lot of women there's very little you can do for most women to get them to suck dick better. Some are more receptive to feedback than others. Some are more receptive to feedback than others.
I would side with Fortunate on this one. I feel like there are ways for you to...
You can
manipulate.
You can hint. You can guide.
Yes,
you can encourage certain behaviors.
Sir, just like every woman has found out, all head is not created equal.
It's not.
And there are some people who are gifted with it.
Right.
And generally people who are gifted with it tend to be a little bit more receptive.
I was about to say something totally different.
I know you were going to say something totally different.
That's why I had to say something. Wow.
There are some people who are more receptive to it, and there are some people who are less receptive to it.
True.
But not every person that you tell is going to be able to be like, well, I'm just going to improve it. And this isn't something This is something for me. This is something I learned from a woman. That same Jasmine person. She was like, look.
I think it all depends on your relationship and the dynamics of your relationship.
I don't think it has anything to do with that. Some people are just not going to be good at it.
Okay, right. So there are two different types of women now. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the pleasers versus the non-pleasers.
No, but they might please you in every other way that you have.
They're just not good at.
They're just not good at that one thing. They might throw it down. They might be able to throw it across the wall.
So, what makes you commit to someone who's not good at that one thing? That is so important to you.
No, it's not.
That's a good question.
It's not
because I mean,
no, but it's
I
not.
would like to
but
know.
You have to rate.
That's always my all-time question when it comes to having an open discussion or open dialogue with the opposite sex. What is your defining factor when you commit? What makes you commit versus what makes you not commit?
What makes you commit is finding someone who gets most of the things that you want done.
So that's back to the 80-20 rule.
Yeah, but that's a lie. No, that is
a lie.
That is the truth.
No, it's not.
That is the truth.
I'm going to say something, and I want you to think about just your own personal situation.
Yes.
Or just think about your own emotion. A man, honestly, you have an idea of what you want, what makes sense to you, what fits you. And then comes along somebody who makes you feel a certain way. You take those two things, and if they give you enough of each, you're going to commit. It may not be everything you thought you wanted it to be, and it may not make you feel everything you wanted it to be, but if it's enough of each,
if it's close enough,
you're going to hold on to it.
You're a compromise.
You're going to be like, you know what? She makes me feel...
Well, no, it's just being realistic.
She makes me feel 80% of how I want to feel, and she's like 40% of what I thought I was going to have as a woman, as 40? My girl.
That's kind of
40.
Low, right?
I'm just throwing out numbers.
No.
It could be the other way.
I feel like it could be the other way.
It could be 90% of what I thought.
It's never going to be that.
It's never going to be exactly what you want. Yeah. So it's not a set of things that can happen that'll make you commit. It's what percentage does she have of these two things? How she makes me feel and how she treats me, and then how I thought my woman would be.
No, you know what?
Or the
I really do
wanted.
like that. Because that explains how you can commit to someone who maybe just isn't the best dick sucker.
And then over time, you start realizing, God damn it, the fucking 20% that was missing is very important to me. But you weren't thinking about that in the beginning. You was like,
the cheating comes in the sense that there is sometimes that there are going to be certain things that you're just not going to get. Like every woman just isn't going to be into anal or whatever thing it is that gets your rocks off. Maybe she don't want to dress up in the rubber suits. Whatever it is. Whatever it is that your big thing is. Maybe she's not going to want to do that. But if she is a wonderful mother, if she is always supportive of your ideas, if she helps you become the man that you want to be and sticks by you in times that are going great and in times that are not so great, then you're going to be like, you know what? Maybe this isn't the big thing.
Right. So you brought up a factor, which was the whole practicality point, right?
Practicality for me is because at the age that I'm at, I've seen enough. I've known that some of the best women who were great at all the physical things were terrible at any of the emotional and had very little mental faculty. And then you see other women who have all the mental things and all the emotional things, but are terrible at everything physical. So you kind of wait till you get someone who's kind of a mix. And also, I feel like to a certain extent, and I'm sure both Arvid and Armstead are going to roll over when they hear this, but to a certain extent, you let some of the physical things go.
And that's the point that I was going to make, because in our social media age where there are these build-a-bitches on Instagram, or the women who are, you know, surgically enhanced, you know, does that affect your desire or your preference when it comes to physical attributes? Like, would you look at someone and say, I might try to find something that looks like this, or something that has that, even though you know that this has to be physically enhanced, like, you know, enhanced.
But that overall view of what you want or what your girl is supposed to look like standing next to you starts to get skewed based on all of the images that come across you. So if you watch too much porn, if you're looking at Instagram models all day, every day, you start thinking, you know what, I need a bitch that's 36, 26, 36 with a big old booty.
That's because y'all haven't hung around these Instagram women.
I'm just talking about physically. You don't start.
No. But what I'm saying is that the problem with a lot of guys is we need niggas to work more in these fast food or how these other jobs where you meet some of these Instagram girls and you're like, you are the nastiest, McTrashiest.
Well, I mean, we live in an era where there is no personal contact and interaction, so all you know is an image on the screen. Don't nobody really know nobody. Nobody's around.
All right, J.
people.
Cole, calm it down.
That's true.
I don't feel like everything's like your little photograph song.
Bruh, I promise you, that is very true. All these kids growing up in high school, they know these high school girls. But in their mind, they want these girls they've seen online. So
in our day and age, we grew up with this wonderful site. It was called blackass.com. And on blackass.com,
how did I miss that one?
And on blackass.com, it used to be filled with these exotic black women, so wonderful, so cute, so whatever. They probably in their 50s now. But at the same time, it was a website that catered to like these women. You'd be like, I am 14 years old and I want a woman like this. Right. And then you start getting like girls your own age and they're like, you know what, this is actually pretty good. Like this is not the whatever. But what has changed now is the fact that we are so interconnected. It used to be when you saw those girls on blackass.com, you were like, ah man, I want something like that. But then you look down the street and you were like, I ain't gonna find one of them girls around here.
But that's what I'm saying. The internet makes you think it's possible. I can connect to somebody like that at some point in time. So that starts becoming that makeup of what you want your girl to be.
I feel like only if you've never met those kind of people.
Yeah,
I feel like once you
only know them on the internet.
Yeah, but that goes to you getting exposure as a man. As a man, you have to travel. You have to go places. You have to meet people. And whether that means that you need to drive Uber or you need to move to a different state, a different college. Because once you meet those Brazilian girls and you see that they are not who you thought they were going to be, it changes you forever. Unless you
I've
just
never met a Brazilian girl. So
well, then I'm sorry, man. You missed out on a lot.
I might.
Well, I mean, in fairness, I was kind of more referencing the Instagram models that you know were surgically enhanced. And so,
Sophie
the question
knows
is
best?
Like, the question is like, does that skew your perception of what you want?
No, women care about surgically enhanced. Men don't care. We care about two things: what's effective and what we can access.
The total package, as we exactly accessibility.
What's effective? So what I can actually take home,
right?
And sorry, the other way around. So what I can take home and what's effective is then what I can actually pull. So we take any man right now into a bar. It doesn't matter if we have Beyonce sitting over there. If you are the woman, salted caramel, that we know we can take home, then we're going to put our time on that. Because at the end of the day, it is much better.
What's attainable, basically.
It's much better to go after someone who's attainable than to chat up the girl at the end of the bar who does not give two fucks about you.
But there's a moment in every man's life where you have to reevaluate what's attainable. And that's right before you walk out the door with what you have attained. Once you get it, you're like, okay, let me make sure there was nothing else that I could have got. So basically, before you get married or you start going down that path, you start thinking, I'm really going to just, bite it all with this right here, and that's it. So then you start looking around like, okay, is this it? Or
so that goes back to my question of what motivates you to commit.
No, but I feel like no. What you're stating now are two different things. You just said what's that motivate us to commit. So that could be girlfriend all the way up to wife. He's saying now for his I'm walking down the aisle. I ain't doing this twice.
That point.
Like that's
That
when you
makes
go
you
through.
evaluate.
Before that, you're not.
That's a reevaluation.
Because before that, you're not committed. You're just dating.
Well, no. Dating is a level of commitment because
A level.
that's why I tell.
Yeah,
That's what I
because you
tell
have
certain
to make
people.
the decision to, unless you're not talking about exclusive dating. I feel like in Atlanta,
There's
all
no
of that
such
is
thing.
subjective.
It
Because
It's not subjective. It's women
Because
think that once you're dating, you're
what
dating
is your
each other.
definition
And
of
men
dating?
will say, yes, you can think that all you want, but I'm not married to you, so I
No,
can't do it.
that's a good point, but we'll have to save that for another time. But getting back to the core of your question, and we'll wrap this up in the next 5 or so it doesn't get too long.
Yeah.
When it comes to dating, you're right. But when we're talking about exclusive, that's when that list comes into effect. You know, what is it that I have currently? What is it that I thought I was going to have?
Exactly.
And you know how it makes me feel, and you kind of go up and down those two lists. And if it's high enough on both percentages, then you exclusive. When it comes time to what am I going to use for my evaluation for marriage, I mean that does a lot. Like I, for one, believe that you should go to marriage counseling. You just see, does an expert actually think this is going to end up? Because just because a relationship is going well now doesn't mean that in 5 years y'all going to be together. I know plenty of people who started out, they were the perfect marriage, whatever, and right now they are divorced. And they've got kids, and now it's kind of hanging
It
out.
happens. It definitely happens.
Exactly. But that's the thing is that you never know if what you have now is going to stand the test of time until you're going through it, until you figure out the ways that you're going to cope when things aren't going so well. When you figure out the
When
ways
things
that you're going to
change, when people change.
Well, yeah,
People
that's the other thing
change.
is the people changing part is the part that people aren't ready for.
they don't factor
You don't
that
even
into
think
play.
about it, right? You don't factor that in.
Yeah, you don't factor
But
in
also,
how you.
it's kind
how
of
you
hard
do
too
that.
because
You can't. It's impossible.
that there are other things that play into that, like your environment
And the other people
education
don't know
and
they're going to change
finances.
either. Like, there's things that happen that
You're
you
right.
don't know
You're right.
gonna
No
happen.
one knows that they're going to change,
Yeah.
which is like how you didn't realize you were becoming a music dinosaur earlier. Fortunate, like you didn't realize that you were becoming a musical dinosaur,
I
but then you
realized
look
that.
back on it, and you're like, damn, I really am.
Yeah, I didn't know I was going to change into that guy who doesn't want to budge.
But I, for
on
one,
other
knew
reasons.
that you were always going to change into that guy because I, for one, am a chameleon. Like I like everything, and that stayed with me through all these years. And that's why, like, when I see other people, I'm like, you know, maybe there's a couple people like Lil Xan that I just absolutely hate and think are fucking trash. But everyone else, I see like, all right, I can see why y'all like this. I mean, I tell kids all the time to mess with them that, yeah, your favorite artist is whack. But
Yes.
I don't really care because it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect my bottom line. And for me, I'm like a black Republican. I don't care if it doesn't affect my bottom line. If this does not cost me money, pussy, or my personal freedom, do what you want.
Right.
Like, or my family. I mean, don't fuck with my family and friends. But if it's not costing me one of those 4 things, I don't care.
No, I get it. It's just when my opinion is asked, I have to tell.
No. Tell your
But in the
opinion.
reality,
but you
I
need
don't
to
give a
realize
fuck.
what you need
Yeah.
to what you need to give that as a precursor is, hey guys, or pre-warn everyone with this, guys. This is gonna come from me. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. I had a very distinct musical ear, and so this is what I think, having grown up for where I am. And hopefully, it's kind of like that song by one of those YBN niggas, the one where he's talking about old niggas, because he does a really great job.
That's what I'm talking about. I respect that dude.
Yeah.
He can rap. I'm
But
okay with
you
it
only
because
respect
he can
him-
rap.
You only respect him because he raps in a format that is familiar to you and in a method and delivery that you believe to be achievable. You don't respect Lil Uzi Vert because Lil Uzi Vert is completely foreign to you. He doesn't do things the way that traditional
You
rap
mean like the noises he
goes. Not just the noises, just his entire.
That's what's foreign to me. I just expect words when people rap, but
No,
who am I to expect
everything,
words from
everything
people?
that he does, from the yeah, like all that stuff, to just kind of how he does things, to sing-songiness, to all that stuff. He's doing things based on how he feels are best. He goes into the studio, and one thing that people don't realize is that he records like 3 to 7 songs every single fucking day. So that means he's got a trash can probably bigger
Trash.
of most
Trash.
bigger than most artists.